Hey, what's up, fam? I just woke up, man. You gotta excuse my face and everything else. But I just woke up with the thought that I wanted to talk about, and it's been on my mind for a bit. And I was just kind of going back and forth if I should even address the issue. But you know what? Who cares? I'm gonna just address the issue, man. So one thing I've been thinking about, and I've always kind of had this thought, is in the Christian community, amongst believers, you know, we have this thing where we kind of measure degrees of sin. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of have this thing where like we put certain people in a category of being like the worst sinners because they do certain things that, we might not do those things. We do stuff, but, their stuff is more severe than ours. So we look down on other people, right? And I'm going to just say, a lot of times people look down on people who are in same-sex situations, people who deal with that, right? Well, I might lie or I might gossip, but, at least I ain't gay. At least I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I happen to know that there's a scripture, Revelation chapter, I believe it's 21, verse 8. And, Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, this is what it says. It says that, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars. That's about 80% of us, right? All liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So listen, all of us deal with something. All of us have something in our life that needs work. We do. We can't judge anybody. I'm not saying condone stuff, but we can't really put a finger on anybody else. I know I can't. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of breaking every commandment in the Bible besides murder. And if you count the 2 roaches I killed last night, then I'm a murderer too. But the thing about it is, God has forgiven us. God is made us new and made us clean. Right? So instead of judging people, instead of putting people in that bad sinner category and looking down on people, this is what you should do. What we should do as believers, we should introduce people to the same Christ that we know, right? And when you introduce people to Christ, instead of judging them, instead of downing them, right? Because you don't know what that person has gone through. You don't know that person that's sleeping around has been, molested, and that's why they do that. You don't know that person that's drowning themselves in alcohol on a daily basis is dealing with all types of stuff from their past. But what you should do is introduce that person to the same Christ that you know. And when you introduce that person to Christ, he'll take all that away. We don't have to judge them. We don't have to tell them how dirty they are and this and that, because guess what? You introduce them to the source that saved you and that cleaned you up. He can do the same for them. So what I'd like us to do, man, from now on is like, let's not judge people, man. Let's not put people down, because we all deal with stuff. Like the word says, man, we all have sinned, and we do it on a daily basis. And just because you're not doing, I guess, the major sins, there's no such thing, because sin is sin. It doesn't mean that you're not in that same category. Introduce people to the same Christ that you know, man. And let him clean them up and give them a chance like he gave each one of us a chance. All right?